I just wanted to update this trade. We're in the trade. It just hasn't broken yet. It's kind of hanging out in there. Yeah, you'll see a negative number there, but it's not doing much of anything. I still got an hour to go until 4 o'clock. Um, Hanging out there for, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about a half an hour now, give or take a little bit, and not really coming down out of the zone the way I'm looking for. It could be good, it could be bad. I don't really know. We'll see. See what happens. Just wanted to give that quick update. All right, another trade update. Trade just started to go green a little bit. I was gonna wait to do it and see if we get something else, but it's kind of just moving in our direction. So this is what I was waiting for. We're getting into the end of the day. The pit session is closing. This is a crude oil contract. Pit session has closed. We're getting close to the end of the day. As you get closer to the New York 4 p.m. close, I will tell you it does get volatile. That volatility will either help you and get you to your profit target really fast, or it will hurt your trade. So, I'm in the let's see what happens. It's going my direction. Let's see if it continues, and then I'll reassess as we close out the day. All right, trades, going better than it was. So I just wanted to share it, and up a tiny bit. That's a good. I'll take it. We got some things to think about here. I will explain at the end of the video why that blue area is there. We do have some things in our way that make the trade that we've got the clock that the market has to. The volatility around the close is going to be either it's going to do what I need it to do or it's going to hurt the trade, right? We do have some things on the chart that might be issues here. We got this little area here. It's kind of small, but it's something I want to be cautious about. That if it doesn't melt right through it, it's kind of like a crappy demand zone. I hate to use, I don't know another word, but it's not like a great one. But that's something we want to look out with. This too, this could be another little area of like, yeah, I guess you could call these like sloppy demand, not even crappy. Okay, this line here, I do a trend line that is the 38.2 Fibonacci extension. We'll see if it gets there. This buy limit here is my ultimate target. I am prepared. I am here, so I will move my stop at some point when we get down to this vicinity here. But I want to get closer to the 38.2 before I move my stop. Right now, there's just not enough room, more than likely, to get taken out. But it's 3:17. I got 43 minutes into the close. Going to start to get volatile at 3:30, 3:45, and then right into the 4 p.m. So I got a little time here to decide, or not even decide. I got to take an action. It's not a decision or anything like that. Yeah. So we'll see what happens, and we'll take it from there. Thanks. All right, folks, I'm back for a second. Trade's going in the direction I wanted to. As I was talking about before, it was kind of hanging out here. Now you'll see the P&L just went to 192. There's 200. This area here is the next decision point. We have it's 332. Gets a little bit volatile now, 345, and after it's going to get very volatile. Here, let me move this box over. And when I'm done with the trade, I will explain why this is here and why I'm keeping it here. But for now, this area here is an area that I got to watch or got to worry about. And below, let's just look at the RR on here. RR stands for risk to reward. For you guys who don't know. All right, let's pull it there. And let's see, my current risk to reward is about 3.75, 2.35, and that's only one. And I'm getting close to 1.5. I mean, I don't. It's not a never thing, right? And then where I'm very concerned with is this the 38.2 fib extension. Okay, some of this on moving my stop, since I'm here and it's the end of the day. If I wasn't here and like let's just say like my wife wasn't picking up the kids from school today and I had to be there, I would just leave this trade alone. Okay, but that being said, I'm here. I can make a couple of decisions. I can see if I can give this room to breathe, right? And then what will happen is giving it room to breathe, I can make some decisions in real time. Do you always want to do that? Not really. But since I like the trade quite a bit, but there's some little areas of concern, then I'm going to manage the trade. It just is what it is, right? But here's 2.35. I think I'm completely fine taking it there, but I think I'm okay. I would rather, excuse me, this is 2.35. I'm going to see if it slices through this area. If it does not, and it struggles there, then I might take the trade off. But this area here, I am absolutely going to move my stop to 2 to 1. It's not a whole lot of space, but the fib extension, where the 38.2 is, and the I don't know. I'm not like a I live and die by supply and demand, but I do like fibs, especially for confirmation or for my exit. So that's where the fib is. That's the 38.2. Then the 50% extension is there. My take profit's still there. So let's see what happens. If it's, like I said, if it slices through there, I'd be willing to take this trade off. Excuse me, if it slices through there, great. If it slows down there, I got to make a decision. But I think ultimately I'm going to make my decision at 72.61 and call it a day. I did forget to eat lunch today, so I am cognizant of I want to go grab some food, even though it's close to dinner. By the time I actually eat. All right, let's see how it goes. Chipotle lunch. No, I'm kidding. All right, so here's the video part. All right, so we did basically gave you the entry. I'm going to do this full thing because it went to the exit. I didn't expect that. You may have heard me say in a previous part of the video, usually at that 4 o'clock to the market, New York, the stock market closes at 4 o'clock. Kind of volume dries up in the futures market too, but technically the futures market's open until 5 o'clock. Usually not much good happens in that hour. And I don't mean like bad necessarily, just, the market does not a whole lot, and I wanted to be out by 5, or had to be out by 5 o'clock with the funded account, okay? My cash account, I can do whatever I want. But what I wanted to show you is, so here was the first or second part of this video. If you go back, you'll see I was talking about how price was just kind of staying in here, and then I was waiting for the drop. It didn't break. Then finally it broke, kind of hung out. This is basically the end of the day, right? And you guys know my stop was just above it, right? Just there, right? And then finally got that rip to the downside that we needed, right? It ripped through that. Was my first area of concern, less so this. But that is the 38.2 fib extension. There is the fib, the 50% extension. If you're a student of mine, you guys recognize that. But we'll if you don't, look at the link in the description. Schedule a call with me, and I'll talk more about what we're using that for. But trade ultimately, popped up a little bit, and then bam, just dropped like a rock to where my target was. The other thing I wanted to add, let me get the fibs off, is that after the video was done, I would talk about what I had that, like, so what I do like is that when I have my supply area, right, let me put this over here, and you see all this area here, right? Luckily, there was only that area of concern there. Let me change this to blue. Okay, this area here, right, where price is just kind of trading, doing nothing, right? There's no clear supply, nothing here. And then finally, because really when price breaks this structure here, that usually means that most breakout traders are going to pop, right? That first cross of that 72.98, and then they're going to say, all right, 73, psychological level, bam, and then they're going to push the button, right? Now, price stayed in here for a while. It took a little while, but, hey, who cares? And then finally, we got the breakdown. So when this happens, I kind of like to see that happen outside the zone as long as it doesn't touch the area. And then finally kind of came in there. I wish I had seen it. I went to get lunch, and I didn't actually see this move happen. But I was starving. I missed lunch at a normal time, so I had to take it at like 4:30. Not take it. I just didn't get up. I was just busy today, and I had stuff to do. So price comes down, does its thing. It hit the 38.2 and the 50% extension. So whichever one you're using is your target. And if you're using pure risk to reward, it did eventually get there too, right? So all in all, really successful trade. If you'd like to get more information, go to the link in the description. Schedule a call with me, and I'm happy to take you through this exact process that I do with futures and options. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks.